Many candidates have chosen to assign a mentor to help them become ECSA registered. And today I thought we could give you all the details of what your mentorship journey could possibly look like. So you can utilize your mentor in the best possible way so you can submit your ECSA application in the fastest possible time. Starting with creating a training structure, how often you should engage with your mentor, as well as topics to discuss in each engagement. We're going to share it all, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to get the most out of your mentor so that you can constantly make progress and submit your application in the fastest possible time. Let's get stuck in the video with everything leading up to the training structure. At this point, you have chosen the correct mentor that is aligned with your values and is the best fit for you. The next thing you can do is set your goals, identify your struggles, and determine how much time you can allocate to this process. It's important to be realistic with your goals. If you are currently completing your master's part-time and you work 12 hours a day and your weekends are filled with watching your children play sport, it may not be possible for you to submit your application within the next week. The truth is that there is only 24 hours in a day, and completing the ECSA registration process is time-consuming. So just take in mind and be realistic with your expectations. Once this has been completed, discuss the available amount of time that you can dedicate to the process with your mentor, and now start to set up deadline dates, taking into consideration an allowance for weaknesses that will be addressed during the training process. Great. Now down to the training structure and implementation. The first thing that needs to be addressed in the training structure is to be able to demonstrate all 11 of ECSA's outcomes. Now, if we go to ECSA's documents, we notice that the keyword that constantly pops up is the word demonstrate or demonstrated. Over here, we'll see it says outcomes need to be demonstrated. You need to be able to demonstrate judgment and be competent. And over here, we see the word outcomes are to be demonstrated once again. Now, I know it's tempting at this stage to immediately start drafting a report, but before you do this, go ahead and have a discussion with your mentor where you can share your different experiences and then see which outcome they demonstrate. The goal is to be able to identify all experiences that demonstrate the 11 outcomes, and only once this is complete should you proceed to draft your report. Notice that by doing this, you are actually creating the draft content for each report, which will make the entire process go a lot faster. You can now proceed to draft your report and send it to your mentor for review once completed. The feedback session now becomes a growing part of the process, as this step is where you are able to identify your weaknesses and then develop a plan to turn them into a strength. So what weaknesses could possibly come up in the feedback session? Well, imagine you drafted your report around the implementation of a solution, but you claim that within your report that you are demonstrating outcome 6. This can be seen as a weakness, as it indicates that you may not have a good understanding of what outcome 6 represents. So this is where the initial goal needs to be adjusted, as weaknesses are often discovered as you move through each of the different outcomes, and sometimes experiences need to be changed to clearly demonstrate a specific outcome. So how often should you submit a report, and how often should you try to engage with your mentor to obtain a feedback session? Unfortunately, there is no hard and fast rule, as mentor availability and speed in which you complete each task will adjust this timeline. You can try to aim for a meeting with your mentor twice a month. Of course, the frequency of the meeting can be adjusted to your needs, but experience has shown that this amount of time is adequate for you to draft a report and allow ample time for the mentor to review and plan a feedback session. Now, how often do you think you should engage with your mentor, and what weaknesses would you like to convert into a strength? Go ahead and leave your answers in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can help us reach more candidates with inside the industry. Now we can get down to additional topics that can be discussed with inside the feedback session. While it is important to get feedback on your report, and while you should aim to spend at least 80% of the time on your report, you should venture out and aim to spend the last 20% on self-development with your mentor. So what do I mean by this? Look at what you have written and be self-critical of yourself, and discuss the results with your mentor. If you made a certain decision, ask yourself, how do I know this is the correct decision to make, and what are the consequences if I am wrong? Is this design the most cost-effective solution? And will this reduce the installation time? And can the solution be easily maintainable? Now, I would like to give you a challenge. Go ahead and try this type of self-development for yourself. You can then tell me in the comment box below how your perspective in the way you perform your next design or the way you make a decision changes. Should you be searching for a mentor that can help you grow and develop, go ahead and schedule an appointment with us by clicking on the link in the description box below. We can determine if we are compatible, we can discuss the obstacles that are preventing you from becoming ECSA registered, and we could possibly help you devise an action plan going forward. The mentor plays a bigger role than just reading your reports, telling you where you went wrong, and signing your referee reports. Having a mentor can help you prepare for what is expected of you once you become professionally registered so that you can perform and be successful inside the industry. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.